This game has definitely been a year for fighting games. With the reveal of Tekken 8, the release of Street Fighter 6, and even the infamous Budokai Tenkaichi series coming back. But amidst all of these great franchises, none can compare to the name Mortal Kombat. But it seems like Mortal Kombat is doing just that, relying just only on his name, because this release of Mortal Kombat 1 is terrible. And I'm a die-hard Mortal Kombat fan. And I just recently started playing Street Fighter, and Street Fighter 6 is my second Street Fighter game. I started off in Street Fighter 5. But Street Fighter 6 is nearly a perfect fighting game. I love Mortal Kombat more than anyone. It's a great franchise and it's very dear to my heart. But I have to be fair and tell you that this release is unacceptable for the franchise. Compared to Street Fighter 6, Mortal Kombat 1 is lacking severely. But just because it had a bad start at the race doesn't mean it can't finish strong. What's going on, everybody? It's Waffles here, and today I'm going to be telling you how Mortal Kombat 1 can fix its game and make it better than Street Fighter 6 by the end of the year. Even though Mortal Kombat 1's meta right now is pretty scrubby at the moment with the whole Baraka and Cyrax and the whole Serena spam, it's still fun to play nonetheless. In my opinion, the gameplay right now doesn't need that much tweaking, maybe some small minor tweaks to some cameos. But other than that, the gameplay is pretty fairly balanced at the moment in my opinion. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. I know the meta is scrubby, but it's not unbeatable. Now what really needs to be fixed is the network connection. Street Fighter 6's online is impeccable. I've even played on Wi-Fi connections just to test it out, and it still runs pretty smoothly. It's not that bad. Mortal Kombat 1's online is virtually unplayable. You can't even see the status connection of your opponent. You can't even set online preferences like in other fighting games like Tekken or Street Fighter. If you don't know what I mean, take Street Fighter 6 for example. There are many options to make online play convenient for the player. You can choose whether or not you want to play with people who have high connections or low connections. You can turn on rank mode and casual mode simultaneously, or you can turn on one or the other. You already have your character pre-picked, and you can even change settings for different characters. So one character can be playing on modern controls, another character can be played on classic controls. And you can turn on crossplay. Look at all of these features that you have that makes the game so much more convenient. You can even turn on whether or not you want to automatically confirm your opponent. A lot of these settings, though simple, are very convenient for the player's experience, and it also helps with matchmaking. For example, you don't have to worry about people dodging you just because you have a high record, or the annoying players who beat you once leave and dodge you every time they see your name pop up. Mortal Kombat is in desperate need of settings like this to make their online experience more convenient for the player and less frustrating. They've already said they're working on the servers and the bugs, so I'm not going to nitpick anymore and bring up lag or even the player 1 glitch. But there is no excuse for us to not have these options. This is a modern day 2023 fighting game on the next gen console. Every other fighting game has these settings. Their last game had some of these settings as well, so there is no excuse for them not to have it. There are many things that Mortal Kombat can do to fix the online experience to make it more convenient for the player. Connection filters are a must. I should not be punished and forced to play against someone who has a low connection, making my gaming experience harder than what it has to be. The accept and decline feature for online matchmaking must go. In my opinion, it only makes the game more annoying. You have people who troll and win one game and leave and think they're funny because they leave every single time they see your name. Or you have people who dodge you because you have high ranks or you have a good record and they don't want to mess up their record. It just makes the game more annoying and it makes it harder for you to find a match. There should be a feature implemented to where you can make your own team ups and have them preset, so that way all you have to do is click them in game. Kinda like Jump Force. This is a small convenient feature that will help us quickly pick our teams and help us get to the match quicker. I should also be able to preset my favorite map before I go into a match. That way, after I pick my preset team, the function I mentioned earlier, I already have my map set up, so all they have to do is randomly pick between my favorite map and his favorite map. I should also be able to have preset slots for my skins. This was a feature made in Mortal Kombat 11 even though they took away the custom variations. It was still in Mortal Kombat 11. All you had to do was pick between which variation you wanted. In this case, it would be purely cosmetic. That will make the game so much more convenient. I don't have to keep going back and changing my character every time I want to change his look. They can do it like Mortal Kombat X, where all you have to do is press one button, it brings up all your slots and I can just look at them. Or I could just pair this function with the preset team function I mentioned earlier. Please make the game more convenient for us. Oh, and let me pick my preferred side as well. This is a feature in Tekken that I love so much that a lot of people take for granted. Now, with this being the year of fighting games, there are bound to be way more people trying to come to our community and see what it's about. Now, casual gamers make up the majority of the gaming community as a whole, so if we want to build our fighting game community, we have to put things into the game that grab their eye. The easiest way to do this is to implement single player modes or arcadey type of modes. Casual gamers also like to grind and accomplish things in games. Now, I know that Mortal Kombat 1 has the story mode, which is great. I will be doing a review on that. Look out for that video coming soon. In my opinion, the invasions mode is not enough for the casual player. It's very repetitive, and in my opinion, it doesn't give you as much reward in the end for completing it as the time that you have to put in to complete it. The game is severely lacking in cosmetics at this point. I don't really hold it against them because the game just came out. I'm trying to be lenient, but it's not really an excuse. I mean, of course you can level up your characters and unlock brutalities. That's pretty cool, but you don't have to play invasions mode to do that. The XP definitely should be buffed for online matches because I am not a believer in forcing someone to play a game mode they don't want to play in order to receive something in game. In my opinion, they should definitely implement a creative fighter mode. We already did receive conquest mode, and I think creative fighter is the next best thing. Once again, this is the modern day era of gaming. Customization is everything. If you don't know, creative fighter was a feature implemented in Mortal Kombat Armageddon way back in 2006. With this feature, you could create your own unique fighter using several combinations of special moves, cosmetics, and even fighting styles and weapons. You could even create your own custom tower ending and name your fighting styles. There are many different cosmetics to unlock in the conquest mode, and I think if you bring this to Mortal Kombat 1, you can just put most of the cosmetics in the invasions mode and in the store. Adding this feature will bring much more fun to the game. It'll make it more interesting to go into invasion mode, use your own custom character, fight and unlock cosmetics for him. The creative fighter in Mortal Kombat Armageddon was so in depth, people could even go in and make characters like Goku, Spider-Man, and even Thor. Now, if it was that decently in depth for a PlayStation 2 game, imagine what we can do on PlayStation 5. They could add custom special moves never before seen. They could add cosmetics to special move effects, like changing fireballs from blue to red to green. We can get custom auras and voices, like putting the Mortal Kombat 2 rating scream on our character. They could bring about new brutalities for your custom characters every season, new fatalities for your custom character every season. They could do so much with this feature, and it doesn't even have to have its own story mode like Street Fighter 6 did. It should also have it to where you can play your custom character online in casual matches, and even have a ranked match mode for your custom characters, and maybe ban certain overpowered special move combinations, of course. We have the technology, we have the next gen consoles that can handle it. Mortal Kombat is a multi-million-dollar franchise, it's a beloved franchise. There's no excuse for them not to be able to implement this. Now, before you say that this could clash with the DLC system and make them lose money, I disagree. All you have to do is make it to where when you purchase the DLC characters, you gain their special moves and their cosmetics, and you gain maybe a few extra creative fighter cosmetics as well. In my opinion, you should be able to customize the base roster way more, kind of like in Tekken, being able to change their pants, their shirts, their shoes, the color of their clothes, willingly without having to have preset colors. Like, I don't even know why they have that. And you should be able to change the aesthetics of their special moves, kind of like the Street Fighter 6 mods where you can change Hadoukens from red to blue. Not red to blue, blue to red. In my opinion, I believe if they implement creative fighter like this, there would be no need for a conquest mode. They could save that for the next game or DLC down the line. It kind of bums me out that Street Fighter 6 got an immersive open world custom character story mode, and we didn't even get conquest mode. But I believe if they implement creative fighter, it could overshadow it. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about my take on the customization in the game, as well as my previous points on the online convenience for the player. Now, let's talk about the next thing that should not even be a problem: practice. Once again, if we want casual players to come to our games and build our community, we have to do things that makes it easier for them to learn how to play. We all know that fighting games is one of the hardest genres to master in gaming. So we have to do things to make it convenient for the players to learn how to play and make it easier for them to learn how to play. Players should be able to practice while searching for a match. They should be able to practice online with their friends. They should bring back all the practice features that they had in previous games. For example, being able to pin certain strings and special moves onto the screen so that way you don't have to keep pressing start to look at it. There should definitely be a button combination that allows me to position myself wherever I want to whenever I reset my practice. Instead of having to record every single sequence that I want to practice against, if I want to practice against something simple, I should be able to do it with the press of a button. For example, if I want to practice against a certain string or special move, I should be able to click that string or special move and have the AI do it at will without having to record it. All of the preset practice modes in Street Fighter 6 should be in Mortal Kombat 1. For example, Street Fighter 6 has a punish practice mode. All I have to do is simply knock down on my opponent, he's gonna do an EX Shoryuken, and I block it and practice my punish combo. Simple and effective. Very convenient for the player, especially casual players. To be fair, Mortal Kombat 1's tutorial mode is not bad at all, but it could definitely be better. Players should also be taught about fighting game terms, how to use them, what they mean, and how to defend against them. This will help casual players understand not even Mortal Kombat, but fighting games as a whole better, leveling the playing field, and making the game more enjoyable for them online. Having casual players learn what a meaty is, a setup is, and even what Oki is, will greatly help that player want to play the game more because they're actively learning and understanding the game. Maybe throw in a couple incentives as well, maybe a few extra coins or combat bucks. Mortal Kombat 1 is not a bad game at all. It's a great new experience and the gameplay is fun as hell. So this is not a video to bash Mortal Kombat and say that it's trash like most people are saying right now, but I am saying that Mortal Kombat is better than this. You guys have the resources to fix this game and add way more content. Heck, Street Fighter 6 has way more content, the online is way better, the practice mode is better, it has many more settings and conveniences for the player and even the casual players to enjoy the game. Now I'm not saying add modern controls, we don't need that, please don't add that. But what I am saying is, Mortal Kombat 1 needs more content, more customization, more conveniences for the players, whether it be pro players or casual players, and it should be more friendly to casual players so they can come learn our game, have fun, and join the fighting game community. Now there's no excuse. Mortal Kombat 1 is like 116 gigabytes. Street Fighter 6 is like 59 gigabytes on PlayStation, alright? So I know y'all can do it. Stop bullshitting. Shit, y'all done paid all that goddamn money for Megan Fox. Fucked up the goddamn game. That's probably why this game's so trash. Paid all that goddamn money for that weak ass.